Normally when I'm talking about a spicy judge, I'm referring to some sort of zing, a one-liner, a really mic-droppy footnote. But today I want to talk about an absolute master of the slow burn. I am referring to one Judge James Emanuel Jeb Boasberg. He is happily married, so this is just for entertainment purposes. Anyway, you might recognize Judge Boasberg's name because he was the one who said, turn the planes around when the government extrajudicially and illegally sent over 200 people to El Salvador without due process. And the government was like, whoopsie, international waters, something, they're already gone. Judge Boasberg was rightfully pissed and started criminal contempt proceedings against the government for defying his order. Now, we've talked before about how appeals work. Judge Boasberg is in the DC Circuit, so anything related to his cases that anyone wants to appeal up goes to the DC Circuit Court of Appeals. The government asked for what's called a writ of mandamus, and it's basically finding fault with the judge's actions and getting him to stop. Now, the DC Circuit Court of Appeals has 11 judges. This is going to become important in just a second. Only 3 of those judges heard the writ of mandamus case because that's how it works. A rotating bench of judges hears appeals. In a 2-to-1 opinion, they issued the writ of mandamus against Judge Boasberg, basically saying, stop the criminal contempt proceedings and you were wrong to start them in the first place. Now, this was back in April through the summer, and it is now November. And what happened in the intervening time was a petition for en banc review, or basically asking the entire 11-judge panel to review the writ of mandamus decision. Interestingly, the panel declined to rehear the writ of mandamus case, but they also said the writ of mandamus was not okay and should not have been issued by the 3-judge panel in the first place. An excerpt from the opinion. We must set the record straight. It is the panel majority that erred by granting the writ of mandamus, referring to those 2 judges on the original 3-judge panel. And the district court did nothing wrong. As a court of law, the coin of our realm is reasoned decision-making based on faithful application of the law to the facts without fear or favor. That is what allows us to play our role within the constitutional system that the framers envisioned. The district court upheld those principles while the mandamus order undermined them. Thankfully, the men who were originally deported have returned to their home country of Venezuela and are no longer in Socotra in El Salvador. However, Judge Boasberg, like the petty queen that he is now going to proceed with his criminal contempt investigation against the government. The government is predictably pissed about this and said that since the whole matter was resolved and the original decision set aside by the Supreme Court anyway, that there was no reason for Judge Boasberg to investigate criminal contempt. To which Judge Boasberg told them, I appreciate the fact that you disagree with 6 judges on the Court of Appeals. Translation. Get bent. I'm not just gleefully telling you this story because I think it's awesome, even though it totally is. I'm telling you because this is a great example of sometimes you just gotta dig in. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Slow burn indeed. It's getting hot in here.